Hasn't been a ghost sighting in 30 years. New York in the 80s? It's like The Walking Dead.
Hey everybody, the trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife promises to move the franchise forward, but not too far forward judging by all the callbacks and Easter eggs, which I'm going to break down for you right now here on Screen Crush. When the big earthquake hits and the family runs for cover, there's a large stack of books in the background, which is from the opening sequence of Ghostbusters.
Symmetrical book stacking, just like the Philadelphia Man's Turbulence of 1947.
You're right, no human being would stack books like this.
Now, given the earthquakes in the trailer, maybe that mass turbulence will play a role in Afterlife. Under the floorboards of the farmhouse, McKenna Grace's character Phoebe finds one of the famous traps from the original Ghostbusters film.
Killer replica.
A replica of what?
Paul Rudd's Mr. Gruberson thinks that it's a replica, and that's a nod to the massive merchandising from the series. Mr. Gruberson shows the kids a video of the original Ghostbusters in action. Not only were the Ghostbusters heroes in their day, they were also celebrities.
Still making headlines all across the country, the Ghostbusters are at it again.
And several montages in the film show their exploits being covered by the media.
Call it fate. Call it luck. I believe that everything happens for a reason.
The words spoken by Bill Murray in the trailer come from the first movie, in the scene where Peter Venkman tries to console Ray about getting fired from Columbia.
I believe that everything happens for a reason.
And this is the moment when they decide to go into business for themselves, and the Ghostbusters were born.
Where are we going to get the money?
I don't know.
This graffiti on the broken down building could be a callback to the graffiti left on Venkman's Columbia office. Phoebe explores the farm with one of the Ghostbusters' PKE meters, which were used to detect supernatural activity. She then slides down a kind of fire pole into some kind of bunker or basement. The original Ghostbusters headquarters was housed in a former firehouse, and they used its fire pole when called in emergencies. The kids find a proton pack from the original film.
Why worry? Each of us is wearing an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on his back.
The basement also includes a rack of uniforms, and at least one has a Spangler patch. They really want us to think that this kid is Egon's granddaughter, which actually would be appropriate since Harold Ramis has passed away and so has her grandpa.
And the only thing that's left in our name is this creepy old farmhouse our grandfather left us in the middle of nowhere.
In Ghostbusters, when asked about his hobbies, Egon replies,
I collect spores, molds, and fungus.
the underground storage Phoebe finds is filled with all three. As for where the samples come from, this is maybe the hardest Easter egg to spot and maybe the most important. This mine used to belong to the Shandor Mining Company, and in the original Ghostbusters, Ivo Shandor was a doctor who performed unnecessary surgery.
And then in 1920, he started a secret society.
Let me guess. Gozer worshippers.
The mine sign says it was established in 1927.
And he wasn't alone. He had close to 1,000 followers when he died.
Shandor was also the guy who designed 550 Central Park West, the building that became the focal point for supernatural activity in New York.
Your girlfriend lives in the corner penthouse of Spook Central.
And it was supposedly made of all kinds of strange metals.
Cold riveted girders with cores of pure selenium
That helped conduct ghost activity, and perhaps those strange metals were mined from this location. There's a very brief shot of a terror dog jumping onto the hood of Paul Rudd's car. The terror dogs were basically Gozer's pets in Ghostbusters. Now you probably remember that Sigourney Weaver and Rick Moranis were both transformed into these monsters in the original film.
Okay, so she's a dog.
When Ecto-1 is driven out of storage, it's revealed license plate first, basically the same way it's introduced in Ghostbusters. It doesn't even look like the license plate has changed in all these years. Ecto-1 also has a passenger gunner seat.
It has a gunner seat?
Similar to the roof gunner seat on the original toy. I had that toy, and I bet some of you did too. And finally, there were various classifications of ghosts in the old days. The most famous was the Class 5 full roaming vapor, which is how the Ghostbusters classified Slimer when they caught him at the Sedgwick Hotel.
Sir, what you had there was what we refer to as a focused, non-terminal repeating phantasm, or a Class 5 full roaming vapor. Real nasty one, too.
While it's probably not Slimer, a similar looking full roaming vapor gets chased by the Ecto-1 in the final shot of the trailer. Well, that's all the Easter eggs we found, guys. Let me know in the comments if you're excited about the new Ghostbusters film. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. For Screen Crush, I'm Ryan Airy.